What's going on, everybody? You're watching the Iron Gordon channel. Thank you for being here. Today, I'm going to show you how I turn these 22-inch black painted wheels from this to this, using only products that are readily available that I've also linked in the description below. Now, the steps I used in this video, I would say would be used for painted wheels or powder coated wheels. I would not use these same steps on chrome wheels. They use a little bit more of an aggressive preparation process. With all that being said, let's get into the project. Okay, so the first step I got here is I'm hitting it with some Windex and some 400 wet dry sandpaper. Actually, no, I take that back. The first step would be to remove the wheels and tires from the vehicle and then wash them with a mild detergent and some water just to get any road grime or brake dust off the wheels. The paint on these wheels is actually in really good shape. It's not flaking or rusted or anything like that. So I'm just gonna hit this with the 400 grit, and that's gonna put a bunch of scuffs and scrapes inside the paint. And it'll give our new paint something to actually bond onto. Once we have our Windex all mopped up, I'm gonna hit it with the denatured alcohol, and that's just gonna be the final cleaning process to make sure it removes any grease or grime or human juice that may be left over on the wheel or rim. What do you guys call it, wheels or rims? Anyway, that's going to lead us into our next step, which is going to be masking. First off, I'm going to use the blue painter's tape and I'm going to mask off our valve stem. Moving right along, what we're going to do now is move on to the 3x5 cards. We're going to slide these in between the tire and the rim itself with a little bit of overlap between each card. And all that's doing is just protecting the tire from getting overspray from the spray paint on it. Get used to this step, we're going to do it a lot. Once all four wheels are masked off, I move on to Rust-Oleum gloss white spray paint. For my particular job, I'm just going to do the lip of the rim, so I'm not real concerned about getting full coverage over the entire wheel. I am going to do about 2 to 3 coats, giving about 10 to 15 minutes between each coat to dry, making sure that I hit it from all different angles so that I get real nice coverage. Once that's good and dry, I give it a rub down with a gray scuff pad to knock off any of the overspray dust that accumulated in the middle wheel while I was painting it. I blast it with some air, give it a wipe down with some more Windex to make sure all the fingerprints are gone, and then I move in with my vinyl pinstripers tape. Guys, this stuff is great. If you're interested in doing any like lowrider style panel graphics or chopper style panel graphics, this stuff comes in different widths. It's got really good adhesion qualities. I have it linked in the description below, but all I'm using it for in this particular job is I'm going to run it along the lip of the wheel to protect the white from getting any overspray on it. And then we go into round 2 of the 3x5 index cards. I laid them horizontally this time. I don't know, maybe it helped save 1 or 2 in the end. But once those are fully laid out, then I jump onto the blue painter's masking tape to bridge the gap between the vinyl tape to the index cards. Coming in with my second color, I'm going to use Krylon Metallic Black Stainless. It's actually a really nice charcoal gray. I don't know who names these colors, but it's a nice dark gray. Same process, I'm going to layer this thing on with about 3 coats, letting it dry with about 10 to 15 minutes between each coat. Once all my color was applied, I let it sit for about 30 minutes or so, and then that's when I swooped in with the Little Daddy Raw Surf Light Silver. And what this is essentially it's a clear coat with silver metal flake in it. It's really going to give it that sparkle, that shine. It's going to make it glimmer in the sunlight, especially when they're rolling. Once I was happy with the way it looked, I let it dry for about 30 minutes, and then I started peeling the masking tape off. You don't want to let the paint fully cure with the masking tape on. It just makes it that much harder to peel off, and you run the risk of flaking off your paint. Peel your tape off in a nice smooth motion, and that's going to set us up for the next step, which is going to be clear coat. I like to use this Spray Max 2K Clear. First thing you do is remove the red button from the cap and use it on the bottom of the can to puncture it, and what it does is that releases the hardener into the paint. Shake it up really good and you're ready to spray. Again, you want to put out your 3x5 cards. I swear to God, this is the last time we're doing the 3x5 card method. Look, dude, this is just because you were too cheap to get the tires removed from the wheels first, okay? I'm just showing you how to do it. Don't get mad at me. I gave these wheels about 3 coats of clear, giving it about 15 to 20 minutes between each coat to flash off and dry. And you know what? I think they're finished. I think these things came out great. They're definitely a focal point on the vehicle. You could cut and buff these if you wanted to. That 2K Clear does polish really nicely. I just chose not to because, well, it doesn't matter. I chose not to. With all this being done, the first time I loaded up on a trailer, I got too close to the edge. I definitely scraped up the lip of the wheel. It's just a friendly reminder that it's just paint and it can always be repaired. This is a little bit of a sidestep from content I would usually create. Typically I make wood cutouts and sign paintings and a lot of spray paint style artwork. If any of that interests you, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment below letting me know how you have over 50 years of wheel painting experience and how this paint job will never last. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll try better next time.